Right. All right. Well, we're gonna do recording instead. Um, Now I'm gonna start by asking this question. This topic is about obesity, and first I would like to mention that I'm not a teacher. I'm a student just like you. This is a talk and talk platform for us to talk to each other and discuss topics and just let ourselves um, immerse ourselves in English. Now, for this topic is about obesity, you need to start with how would you define obesity in your own words? Raphael, would you like to start?
Yeah, of course. It's hard to say because maybe I can start with the definition that I learned. That is obesity. It's a disease, and normally we know if someone is obese when we made some calculations about how so that the weight of the person and comparing with the higher. But nowadays, I think that it's a little bit different because to me, we can see, and I really believe in yet that obesity is a disease, but I think it's more it's a social way to look at somebody's and look bad for somebody. So I think it's more about it than the healthy that health problem in my opinion.
Thank you, Raphael. Lurian, would you like to go next?
Yes, I agree with Rafael. I was thinking about what you say about it. For me, it's a disease. If you think about people can be really, really fat and you cannot walk, you cannot move like that. I You can define maybe if you have excessive fat in your body, maybe because everyone has some kind of fat, like I don't know how much for it's different, but when you have a lot and you start maybe to lose some functions of your body, to move, maybe your metabolism is slow, like this, So for me, it's a disease, and you can maybe put a filter, measure that when you start to lose some normal functions of your body. That's it.
Thank you, Lurian. Swalem, you would like to go next?
Yeah, of course. I agree with Rafael and Lurian. I think obesity is more like emotional disease, when when you're not good with your mental health sometimes, and you maybe anxiety or depression, and you don't know how to control these emotions, and you start to eat so much, or maybe you can't you can't do exercise and things like that, so you become a fat person, and there are a lot of other problems about it, but I think for me, the mainly point in obesity is about emotion, emotional things. That's it.
Thank you, Swalem. Ricardo, would you like to go next?
Sure. Well, recently, in Brazil, the rules which define obesity changed a little bit, because some time ago, some period ago, the guys just fix on certain characteristics, uh, corporeal, I don't know, mass in index. So there is a kind of index in Brazil. So if the guy pick up your age, your size, and divide your weight, and you can you got a number, and depends on this number, you could characterize it by obesity or not. And the guys insert more things. For example, if you have a diabetes, is another condition. So I have a IMC high, but not so high, but I have diabetes. So in this case, you could characterize it like obesity, and for example, you can operate for reducing your weight, some things. And there are a lot of prejudice, particular, that's weird when people talking regarding this condition, but sometimes according the interview that I watched, the doctor told that there are another colleagues, another doctors have prejudice too. So in this case, it's a little weird. I'm not an expert, certainly, but I consider not health. So in this case, you should pay attention, because there are a lot of different diseases associated with this condition, blood pressure and diabetes and the other stuffs. So that's it, guys.
Thank you, Ricardo. Oswaldo, would you like to go?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say the same health indicator that Ricardo said about body mass index. I think so we have this kind of health indicators to guide us if we are overweight or not. But I think the most of case I agree with my colleagues about to uh, that is a kind of mental disease, I would say, not only from people is overweight, but also related to other point of view about the people. Yeah, the people could feel with obesity. I think in summary, that's it, Jared.
Thank you, Osvaldo. How I would define obesity would be, it's when it's not a certain number per se, but more like the functions of the body are hurting or damaged because of just too much fat on the body. Like your heart's having trouble pumping blood to all the organs, or if your lungs are having trouble, uh, having inability to walk properly. When anything of the body is having trouble functioning normally, and it's because of fat, that's when I think obesity is what defines obesity. Now, for the second question, what do you think are the main causes of obesity in today's society? All right, Osvaldo, would you like to go again?
Yeah, for sure. I think there are a lot of reasons to get that, my perspective. Uh, I think a lack of um, courage to do exercise, the most of them. Another one is related to feel lazy to do what is necessary to keep our health in a safe place, I would say. Let me see. I think in summary, that's it.
Thank you, Osvaldo. Ricardo, would you like to go?
Well, there are some reasons. A lot of people talk regarding lifestyle, certainly is one of the causes. But according to this doctor that I watched, there are hereditary reasons too. So I don't know. He told that, for example, if you eat something, there are some kind of people have have more abilities to, for example, extract how do you say ingredients, vitamins and the other stuffs, and at the same time the body consume all of the things, energy and the other stuffs. But there are some people have different conditions that the fat is how do you say saved? I don't know if it exists. It's possible to use this word. So in this case, the fat became accumulated because the people, even if this person do exercise, there are more fat if you compare another person. So certainly exercise is a wonderful thing to consume this kind of fat, but there are some people have a different condition in your body and they have more difficulties, face more difficulties to consume this thing. That's it, guys.
Thank you, Ricardo. Swellem, would you like to go?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. And like I said before, I think it's about emotional things, but I don't know if makes sense if it's I don't know how to say that in English. It's about family, you know, when your father and your mother is have overweight, maybe you can be like that, you know. But I think it is both about the emotional, about family, and maybe about sedentarism. I don't know how to say that, you know, and when people is sedentary.
Do you mean sedentary?
Yeah, sedentary. And people don't like to do exercise like me. I don't like, but I have to do it. And I think it's a good thing to control, you know, your health, your physical health, your mental health as well. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Swellem. Lurian, would you like to go?
Yes. Um, I was thinking about, I think genetic is really a big thing because of your history, you know. Like I can say about my family, all the family of my mom, they are like a little fat, you know. It's not like too fat, but they are. So I have a big chance to be like that if I'm not worried about that. So I try to eat, no, like of course I love junk food, I love pizza and burgers, but I try to eat vegetables sometimes. I try to understand how my body reacts because I think family or genealogical tree is really important to do to this uh, thing about obesity. And I think emotional too, like everyone here said about emotional conditions. And I think we have a lot of influence, bad influence too, about junk foods, you know, about just the social interactions. I don't know how to, looks like sometimes you use the food to be okay, you know, just to, let's use the food to have contact with the other ones. I don't know. I think can be lifestyle problems too, environment problems too, and food in general, like about food, about genetics, and I think how you can be influenced for the other ones. You know, about if you do or not activities, if you eat well, like that.
Thank you, Lurian. Raphael, would you like to finish off this question?
Yeah, of course. So, I agree with many things that everyone said. To add something, maybe I think that the main causes, I totally agree with Swally when she said that the mental problems like depression, anxiety, or conscience, they are very important cause of obesity. And many lacks, for example, lacks of money to eat a good food, lacks of time, lack of time, for example, especially if you live in a big city, you don't have time. If you are the most part of population, don't have time to uh, cook, to eat well, to go and shop a good food. So it's something very common. Lack of information. So many people don't know what kind of food is good and healthy, and especially how bad for their healthy is to eat industrialized things. And to return to my first consideration, I think that it's all about what do you think it is obesity risk. For example, when I was an athlete of basketball, I had 7% of fat in my body only. And my weight, if I consider obesity just with the calculation, I was overweight in that moment. Nowadays, I'm not a athlete, but no one's look at me and say, "Oh, he is an obese guy." But if I did the calculation now, and I discovered that I'm obese for this type of calculation. So I think we have to pay attention and consider obesity like a problem, a health problem, a disease, but not something that or I look at someone and I can see, oh, this is someone obesity, for example, because my exams are everything is are good. So just this consideration I would show add.
Thank you, Raphael. I would think that from what I've observed, the main causes of obesity are like variety of factors. For example, a sedentary lifestyle, like a lot of driving long distances to work. Another would be, not uneducated on nutritional information, like what they should consume. Um, Sometimes they also like would rush to work, like they just have to eat something quick, like a fast food, or like a quick coffee that might be caloric. Um, and then it's just, sometimes they not just inheriting obesity from their family, but like also not their parents not taking the time to look after their child and think about what's the right food for them. They try to make what's probably quick, cheap, and to just feed them, but not actually consider, is this the right food for the child? And then they grow up with repeating the same mistakes as their parents. As for the third question, uh, to what extent is obesity a matter of personal choice versus environmental or genetic factors? Raphael, would you like to go first?
Yeah, so to what extent is obesity a matter of personal choice or versus environmental or genetic factors? I think it is a mix of both. Like you said, I think it's Ludan said too about or Swellen about culture and the familiar culture. It's very important. We have to. It's about education too. So we have to learn how important it is to choose the good food and it's not, and you have to choice because I think that's not something it's a determination. Oh, you if you grow up in environmental when everyone eat bad, you eat bad too. or the opposite too. If you grew up in the good environmental, but it's something really linked. So to me, yeah, you have the choice, but the environmental, the genetic factors are very important. But I think that when I'm saying I'm reading environmental factor like a social factor, so not just the places, but if your life it's a good life, if you have opportunity to have personal good personal choices. So that's it to me.
Thank you, Raphael. Lurian, would you like to go next?
Yes, I think we need to understand about like the reasons about people can have this disease, like we said about emotional problems, depression, anxiety. We said about genetic predispositions, I think we can say that, and about the influence, but like Rafael said, and I totally agree, sometimes you're just not educated to understand. You don't have a good relation with food, like it's just you don't understand that food, you need to be fit, of course, but you don't understand this relation. And since the way we were when we are child, like we try to broke some kind of patterns, but it's really hard sometimes. So maybe I can say maybe the different is when you have a knowledge, about your decision, about I will do different now, I learned in this way, I was raised in this way, but now I have knowledge, I have conditions to change that. So looks like you are blind sometimes, if I can. I'm just thinking a lot now, okay? It looks like you don't understand this. You don't have a good relation with food, so maybe you don't know how to be out of this situation. I think this is maybe is the point here. Sometimes it's bad, but sometimes it's just normal for you eat a lot, and you cannot see how bad it is for your body and for your mind, for everything. That's it.
Thank you, Lurian. Swellen, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I agree. Rafael said a good point because I think talking about genetic factor, I think this is the I in my case I think is the mainly how can I say that is the mainly factor maybe to people be to have obesity, but your choice about food, your healthy is a choice that you have to have control, because if you are a sedentary person, if don't have a good emotional, your emotional is not stable, I think, and the things is in order, I think it's easier to win. I don't know how to say that. Um, to get weight, maybe, So yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Swellen. Ricardo, would you like to go next?
Sure. I never thought regarding this situation. What's mean environment could influence on our lifestyle, and for example, uh, Brazil have a lot of conditions to, for example, plant. In this case, you could eat healthy food or fresh elements. So, and I believe that, for example, that's a weird situation because I could mention, for example, United States. Well, the news that I use it to watch or listen to, there are a lot of the levels of the obesity is high, and these are a cold country, and the Europe is have the similar condition regarding the temperature and the other stuffs, no? And there are less obesity in levels in Europe, So, and some people used to say that, for example, cold countries have more money. That's weird. If you pay attention, for example, uh, countries like Europe, a lot of countries of Europe, United States, Canada, and the others, cold countries have more money, but not necessarily more obesity levels high. So, but I believe that is much more about education, lifestyle, except for some people have hereditary issues. But the most part of the people, if you live in a country like Brazil, where it's possible to find easier health food, is better. And that's weird too, because Brazil have hungry and the high level when talking regarding obesity. So I don't know what happened. That's it, guys.
Thank you, Ricardo. Osvaldo, would you like to?
Yeah, for sure. In my perspective, I like to see how our mind can be impactful to change whatever disease we have. So I totally agree with my colleagues about our environment, but I truly believe if we have a good mental health, we can solve any kind of problem in our life. I lived different experience in my journey about to overcome challenges and setbacks. So about obesity would not be different like that. So I think the main point is to take care of our mind. I think that's it.
Thank you, Osvaldo. The way I would answer it would be is that sometimes with people, they get stuck into a loop of like uh, oppressive state on their about their own weight. Like they feel like they're stuck in that spot. They're like they look at themselves in the mirror and they feel ashamed, and through that they don't instead of being motivated to change, they think they're hopeless. There's nothing they can do. And then there's also, but there are environmental factors, such as when you're surrounded by people who are also overweight. Like it could be friends, family, maybe your city or state, whatever, or country. People, there could be a lot of people who are just overweight, and you feel like that's just the normal. And some people, when they try to change, they get told by other people like there's something wrong with them. Like um, maybe they're trying a new diet, and the people are like, "Why are you trying this diet? Why don't you just eat normal like us? Eat all this, food that's like big plates and bowls of food." And then when they're trying to diet, and then they slip back into the like from their healthy diet to unhealthy diet, or going to the gym and working out, they get stuck. it takes a real motivated person and a courageous person to just say no. That's okay. I want to continue my diet. I want to continue working out and look after myself. Now for the next question is how do people you know view how do you people in your local area view people that are overweight or obese? Let's start with Osvaldo.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead. I think in the most of case, unfortunately, we have prejudice about overweight, you know. So, at least here in Brazil, I don't know in your place, Jared, but here the people used to prejudice others with overweight a lot. So I think that's an important point in this uh, in this process when people trying to overcome that this environmental is hard to yeah to it's hard to handle with this environment, you know. Let me see if I have something more to add. About the people that I know, I have some loved ones that have prejudice about this topic, and another ones don't have, you know. I used to see the bad examples to understand and learn how not to do the things, and the same. And I'm a person that I used to um, support people that they want to overcome this disease, in my perspective. For example, my current wife, she was overweight some years ago, and she used to go to the gym every single day since a long time ago, around 5 or 6 years ago. So currently she is good with her health. So, and in this process, I supported her a lot, and yeah, I think that's it, Jared.
Thank you, Osvaldo. Suelen, would you like to go next?
Yes, yeah, I agree with Osvaldo. Uh, here in Brazil, I think it's not just in Brazil, but people have prejudice about um, uh, the body, the color of skin color, and things like that. So people do, how can I say this? Um, do jokes, about it, and it's uncomfortable for people that they are maybe hearing, I think, about it and don't agree with it, but people don't have um I don't know how to say that. I think people don't have empathy, with the other and the others, and yeah, eh, that's it.
Thank you, Suelen. Lorian, would you like to go next?
Yes, I agree. I cannot say about my family because even I know we have a lot of prejudice about that. It's a kind of a hidden thing. No one wants to show this sometimes. They just think, or maybe they just comment about the same ones. Since I'm not this kind of person, it's really hard someone talk about that with me. But we have a lot of jokes about these. Some things about to how can I say the animal? 1 minute. I think it's whale. Ballet is whale. Like we have some kind of names, for whale. Whale. Some
Do you mean
kind of
whale?
yes. some kind of names, you know, and to do some kind of jokes. Look this person. Oh, you can roll, you know, like a ball because of that. But like I said, at least in my in my environment, it's more like hidden, you know. People don't try to expose this a lot. They do more like and with the same one. And we are trying to change that, of course, like to make some kind of conscience about this. But I think we have a lot of prejudice even nowadays. That's it.
Thank you, Lorian. Raphael, would you like to go next?
Yes, I do. So I agree with everyone. Uh, Prejudice it's the word to define, and like I said before, it's something not about health. That's the problem. It's about prejudice. It's about to make jokes. It's about to feel better than other people. So this so there are a social representation about also that someone that lied linked obesity with something bad, with porn, someone poor, with everything that's not good, and especially someone unhealthy and ugly. And the against the opposite is true. So someone that it's thin, nowadays we consider that person like someone rich, someone wealth, someone that have a good health. So it's something it's a problem because it's not true, and it's all about obesity is not about a disease. It's about a body that we consider good or not. So that's it's the most problem. And just to add another thing and finish, it's something that it's lied with many things. For example, the women suffer even more. Just I'll say that this controlation, if I can say it, that's social controlation than men's. That's something I think that's even more common. It's for example, it's a standard that it's so easy for an European country to achieve. Because here, for example, in Netherlands, the body of everyone it's not like the Brazilian body. So we are picking a model standard from the other people if different body. And in Brazil, it's so hard to achieve this kind of standard because the people are more I don't know. We are different normally, so it's something that we have to pay attention. So that's my opinion.
Thank you, Raphael. Ricardo, would you like to finish this question?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Uh, well, I don't know. I believe that is sometimes I just have to think about it and do the right thing. There are a lot of situations, complicated situations sometimes. So in this case, sometimes it's hard for a lot of people, particularly me. I have some problem with this thing. I used to make jokes about it. For example, if you love something, for example, salad, doesn't matter. If you eat salad, if lettuce, you gain weight because I don't know, sometimes the things are associated with your pleasure. So in this case, sometimes, oh, I have to do exercise, I have to eat health food, and sometimes it's not enough, and you have to go to the doctor and try to request for help. Essentially, I believe that is much better for a human being when you have a properly weight, and sometimes is good because you receive a lot of benefits. There are some things regarding your self-esteem, garden condition. Sometimes, for example, you just upstairs and go to another floor and you have a lot of problems. So in this case, it's hard because it involves emotional things and the other stuffs. But I believe that is you have to try to keep the focus and either the price and try to do the right things. So sometimes, for example, I hate to go to the gym. I hate going to the gym but yeah, unfortunately, it's necessary. So in this case, I used to say my body go to the gym, but my soul kept in my house eating candies, watching Netflix, this kind of thing. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not possible. So in this case, I just go when uh, I reach the exact hour. I just go. So that's it. Unfortunately, not. I have to go where you have to go. That's it.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to talk about how people in in regular life, they like outside they there's been more social acceptance for obesity where I live. There's advertisements and commercials that accept people who are overweight or obese, and they try to make it seem like it's in a way that's healthy, and that it's just they should ignore any signs of it being unhealthy. Um, that so there's more social acceptance in that, but in my experience from when I was in the military, it was complete opposite, where any bit of weight gain or any fat gain is considered like you looked really bad on people look bad on you. They thought people were lazy if they were overweight slightly, like there's something mentally wrong with them. They would complain, just overall just give them like double their workout to insane levels where it's that could possibly cause injury. It's because of they never really ask what's really going on. Like maybe they don't really have like a proper nutritional class. Um, they just start judging them in a way that will make them feel bad. So I've seen both extremes, the social acceptance and the viewpoint of extreme negativity. And I think that it's okay to talk about it and to express that they need to start looking at ways to be healthier, but not in a way that'll cause them to feel depressed or feel like they're worthless, because that will just make things worse for them, mentally speaking. Well, thank you everyone for coming to this talk and talk. I appreciate hearing everyone's perspective on obesity. This is a very deep subject, and there's a variety of factors involved, and it's good hearing what everyone had to say about that. Um, well, thank you all for coming.
Thank you, and once again, congrats. Bye bye.
Take care, guys.
Thank you,
You
guys. Have a
Take care.
guys. It was a
Bye.
pleasure. Bye.